Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to beautiful Randall Stadium here at Wilsonville High School. It's a beautiful 74 degrees. Everybody ready to play a little lacrosse for the Silver Cup? So let's welcome in our visiting team tonight from the Metro Conference, the Southridge Skyhawks. Number 1, Brittany Jeffrey. Number 2, Natasha Malone. Number 3, Grace Irving. Number 4, Brittany Steele. Number 5, McKenna Zendecki. Number 6, Captain Alex Boleyn. Number 7, Cleo Hodgen. Number 8, Beverly Anderson. Number 9, Kalila Muhammad. Number 10, Morgan Ukobu. Number 11, Captain Emily Akobu. Number 12, Morgan Bullock. Number 13, Morgan Higgins. Number 14, Arden Peterson. Number 16, Chloe Bonstead. Number 17, Madeline Riggs. Number 18, Paige Edberg. Number 20, Kate Lurkin. Number 22, Caillou Beckius. Number 27, Marissa Clark. Number 28, Clara Meyer. And in the cage tonight for the Skyhawks, number 99, Ellie Johnson. And also in the cage tonight, 00, Marissa. The Skyhawks are led by head coach Amira Faruqi, along with assistant coach Emma Pierce. And now from the team, or for the team from the Three Rivers Conference, the Clackamas Lady Cavaliers. First in the cage tonight, 00 and Captain Riley Drullinger. Number 2, Blair Butt. Number 3, Jasmine Walker, senior captain. Number 4, Kiara O'Keefe. Number 5, senior captain Bailey Faust. Number 7, Sophia Gallimore. Number 8, Ellie King. Number 9, Jadzia Herrera. Number 10, Gabriella Moe. Number 11, Chloe Hunt. Number 12, Julia Garvin. Number 15, Maddie Cole. Number 20, Captain Caitlin Christner. Number 28, Becca Ludeman. Number 32, Jameson Wilson. Number 36, Carly Catton. Number 44, McKenna Kirsch. And the Lady Cavaliers are led by head coach Eileen Faust, along with assistants Sam Senier and Haley Helgerson. And now, if you would please rise, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening, lacrosse fans. Ben Finklea with the Oregon Girls Lacrosse Association, welcoming you into beautiful Randall Stadium here at Wilsonville High School for the 2017 Silver Cup Final. It is a beautiful 74 degrees, slight breeze out there. The girls are going to have some wonderful weather to play this evening. For those of you coming in from around the country and are unfamiliar with our Silver Cup format, at the end of every season, we stack rank our teams in the Lacrosse Power Norm PR category, and we take teams 1 through 12 and send them off to compete for our state championship in what's called our gold bracket. And then teams 13 through 24 come in and compete in what we call the Silver Cup. It's essentially an NIT or a sub-tournament, if you will. Provides an excellent opportunity for the girls to get some additional high-level games throughout the remainder of the season, and also an opportunity to play against some schools that they might not normally see during their regular campaign. So our umpires are coming out here tonight in white, the Clackamas Lady Cavaliers coming out of the Three Rivers League. And in black tonight, the Southridge Skyhawks coming out of the Metro Conference. Clackamas comes in tonight with a 7-11 record, but don't let that fool you because they hail from the Three Rivers Conference, which is definitely our toughest conference here in the state. And they have got a rough schedule, shall we say. So this is a fantastic record for them this year and a great opportunity for them to showcase that here tonight. Southridge, on the other hand, comes in with a record of 11-8 after their semifinal win on Wednesday night against Bend United. So we're at the draw here tonight to start for Clackamas, number 15, Maddie Cole, and for Southridge, number 8, Beverly Anderson. These two took the majority of their draws in their team semifinal games on on Tuesday night. So here we go, ready for our first draw of the 2017 Silver Cup.
Number 15, Maddie Cole. And for Southridge, number 8, Beverly Anderson.
And the ball's up. We're going to redraw. Ball is up, and it's controlled by Cole. Her 52nd draw control of the year. She is Clackamas' team leader on that front this year. Ball down to Jasmine Walker on the right side. Comes down, meets some pressure. Looks for something in the middle, bobbles the ball. Looks like it comes up with Muhammad for Southridge, who's going to escape out to the left and send it upfield to Zendeki. Zendeki now coming down the left side. Drops it back to the middle to Anderson, who bobbles a little bit. Looks like we've got a bit of a push call. Ball will stay with Southridge as we send Clackamas senior Bailey Faust, number 5, 4 behind. Ball now to Steele as she comes down the right side. Sends it up top to Malone. Malone over to Bullock. Bullock was a standout for the Skyhawks in our semifinal game, scoring 3 goals in their contest against Bend United. Now down to Zendeki. Zendeki tries to roll the crease, doesn't find anything, comes back around to the left side, swinging back in again through 2 defenders. Going to get a trip, and we'll have our first free position of the night. In the goal for the Cavaliers tonight is sophomore Riley Drulinger. Shot just wide. Drulinger comes in tonight with a 48.9 save percentage on the year. One of the better netminders, if you will, from the Three Rivers this year. A sophomore with a bright future. Steele now back over to Malone as they try to get set here for another run at the goal. Malone to the right. Good defense from Cole. Ball out to Emily Ukoba. Ukoba is one of the captains here tonight for the Skyhawks. Back out to Steele on top. Steele looks, solid defense from number 5, Bailey Faust. Bullock now tries in the top of the double team, meets her. Redodges, comes back to her left and back out to Steele. Steele now down the right side, trying to get free, nothing there. We'll bring it around to the left. And she goes one-on-one, comes around, shoots. Nice stop by Drulinger. First shot of the game. Good to get that under her belt. As she walks it up. Finds number 10, Gabrielle Moe, wide open in the center. Pops it to Faust in the right, who bobbles. And she goes out of bounds. Ball will return to Southridge. Couple of drop passes here in the early going. I'm sure these girls have a few nerves in the stomach. Steele for Southridge gets reset as she brings the ball in, and Faust is placed 2 meters away. Over to Malone, or excuse me, to Anderson. Anderson now down the right side, coming down the numbers, trying to find some daylight towards the middle. Brings it back around, down to Steele. Steele, quick shot inside to Zendecki. Zendecki rolls left, comes shoots. Oh, and right off the post. A little bouncer. A little bit of goalie's luck there. Bullock now comes down the right side. Koba from the left side. Meets Kara O'Keefe. Koba's going to try to come across the middle, hits a double team, and decides to pop back out. Steele comes around, gets right, gets free, but runs into 4 different defenders for Clackamas as Drulinger picks up the turnover and will walk it up. Drulinger, having spent 900 minutes in the cage this year over the 18 games that the Clackamas Lady Cavaliers played, has the ability to be patient here on the clear and wait for somebody to open. Gabriella Moe streaks through. Nobody there, but the ball is delivered to Ellie King, number 8, who takes it over to the right sideline, comes back towards the middle, and drops it back to Moe. Moe comes up the middle where she's met by number 10 for Southridge, Morgan Ukobu, but is able to sprint past and comes down the left side of the hash. Defenders just now starting to pick her up. Number 16, Chloe Bonstad, pressures out for Southridge. So first settled offense here for Clackamas. Walker with the ball, over to Butts. Butts takes a look at the top, going to try to come down the middle, doesn't see anything there. Nice a dump pass, but is a little long. Over to Maddie Cole. It's kind of wide open in the middle. She's going to take a shot at it. She comes in. Christner takes a shot, and it's blocked by number 99, Ellie Johnson. Nice defensive save by Johnson. Herrera over to Walker. Walker comes in. Butts again. Comes down the right side, hits the double, bounces out. Cole now with the ball on the right side. And it looks like we've got our first 3-second call on Southridge tonight. That'll send number 5 for the Skyhawks, McKenna Zendecki, out to the penalty point on this year's new dot. Ball sent all the way across and bobbled by Herrera. Herrera's able to recover it, bring it back over to Butts. Butts now fires through the middle, a little high. Is intercepted by Anderson, who gets the trip. Anderson gets herself set, looking downfield for an opening. Hits Zendecki, who now comes down the middle. Pressure from Walker. but she brushes it off as she heads downfield. Now met by Kiera O'Keefe. Rolls the cage as Malone shoots wide. But we've got a push call on the shot. Push call on Ellie King. That will set Malone up for a free position shot here with 17:10 to go in the first half. And Clackamas appears to have been off sides as well, so that is corrected. Malone gets ready, shoots. Nice bounce save by Drulinger off the shins. Comes up with Ellie King on the ball, breaking to the right, trying to get to the outside. She's past the numbers towards the sideline. The double team comes, knocks it out of her stick. It's Southridge ball. Nice pressure defense on the ride by the Skyhawks there, with Malone and Steele bringing the pressure. King tries to apply some pressure, brings it back. Advantage given. Bullock now with the ball. Bullock's going to try to roll back to her left. Now back to her right, trying to find an opening. And we'll have another 3-second call on the Cavaliers. This will send number 9 Herrera, or excuse me, number 9 Herrera behind for free position shot as Bullock gets ready. Decides to bring it back out, nothing there. Bullock dumps it to Zendecki, who streaks across, shoots, and a great save by Drulinger. Again, right at the feet. Not a spot I think the Skyhawks want to keep knocking on, as Drulinger seems to be hot so far tonight in that spot. Clearing pass is long, comes back to the Skyhawks, Zendecki bobbles it, then does Herrera. Now Kiera O'Keefe has the ball for the Cavaliers. She sprints down the midfield. Over to Butts. Butts to Christner for our first goal of the night. A great assist by Butts to Caitlin Christner to put the Lady Cavs up 1-0 with 14:56 to go. A really nice pass by Butts. Quick thinking on her part to get the ball out of her stick and over to her teammate to take that nice shot that hits Pater in the bottom left-hand corner. Takes a few minutes to get that first goal on the board. Over 10 minutes. But the first one is a nice one. So Cole and Anderson back at the circle for our second draw of the night. Ball's up. Across the body is the call. It's going to stay with Clackamas as Jasmine Walker gets herself settled. Walker down the middle. No pressure yet. Nice dump to Butts. And a great save by Phillips. And a goal circle violation on the Skyhawks. We'll keep the ball down on this end of the field with the Lady Cavs. Another good feed by the Lady Cavaliers. Walker hitting Butts, but a nice save by Ellie Johnson, the goalie. Looking at the wrong name there for the Skyhawks. So Butts sets up on the outside of the 12. We'll bring it back behind the cage. Looks like she's got a full head of steam coming around top, trying to find some room for a shot. Nothing there. Ball gets popped over to Chloe Hunt, who comes left. Walker. Muhammad with the pressure. Cole now down at X. Butts cutting through. Nothing quite there. Here comes Chloe Hunt. Nothing there. Christner now sets up. Left side of the circle. Herrera with the ball. Trying to come through, find some daylight, nothing there. Nice triple by the Skyhawks, pushes it ball back out to Butts. Good defense so far by the Skyhawks on this set. Nice pass, but blocked out by number 6, Alex Boleyn, captain for Southridge. A little bit of a foul by Maddie Cole. That'll set Boleyn up for Southridge as they start to bring it upfield in transition at the 10-yard line. Quickly, she tosses it out to Bullock, who brings it up the numbers on the left side of the field. Pressure from Herrera. Bullock trying to direct some traffic, it appears. Bullock comes in tonight as the team leader for assists with 18 on the year. Also contributed 50 draw controls. So definitely one of Southridge's more important players. As Zendecki sets up on the right side, trying to come towards the middle. Nothing there, back rolls, back out to the top. Anderson now handles the ball. Drop pass to Steele is bobbled. Nice pickup, but dropped again. Steele comes around. Meets pressure again, not finding a crease. And she's going to get the push call against Ellie King, though, which will set her up Ellie Cole 4 meters behind as Emily Steele gets another free position shot tonight against Drulinger. She comes down, moves a little right, back to her left. Another push is called. Will send us back out. This time Herrera will take the 4 meter position behind the free position. As Steele sets up for her second attempt. Decides not to chance it. And brings it back out to Bullock. Bullock comes down the left, looks to the middle, nothing there. Malone on the right side. Looks like she might ISO or get a cutter from the left. She's going to try to take her, comes in, meets pressure, nothing quite there. She's going to toss it over to Steele. Back out to Bullock. Bullock now from the right side. Tries to come back left, now right. And brings it back to X, but re-rolls. And now it's in the stick of Malone. Down low. Malone fires it. Got a hold. I believe this will be on Maddie Cole. Must have had a little stick. It's a free position shot. This time for Anderson, who misses high. In the transition, the bobble picked up by Zendecki, and a push stops the fast break. Bullock would have had a nice wide open shot. But we're brought back outside of the 12-meter fan this time. Drulinger looks the favor to her right to see if she can interrupt Malone. Malone gets the ball, shoots, and nice stop by Drulinger. Bullock gets it back, and another excellent save by Drulinger here tonight. So far, so good from sophomore Riley Drulinger of the Lady Cavs, as the hold call against the Skyhawks will set Herrera up about the 10-yard line as the Lady Cavs try to get into transition at the 8:40 mark and see if they can't get another goal on the board as number 12, Julia Garvin, comes down. Drops it to the middle, but it's bobbled by Faust. Faust now has that ball picked up by Southridge. Malone down the right side. She gets it up the field to number 11, Emily Ukobu, Ukobu comes to the middle, tries to find some space, shot wide left. And Drulinger, again, a hustle play there, beats her to the end line. It is Cavaliers ball. So far, Drulinger's just done an excellent job as Herrera comes up the left side. Faust spins away, coming down the numbers, looking for a target, finds Chloe Hunt. Hunt now down the right side and drops it to Ellie King. Ellie King at the top. Over to Walker. Gallimore sends it across. Ellie King with the ball low. She's got two defenders in front of her and decides to bring it back out to Herrera. Christner decides to set up. Out near the 20. Well, if Clackamas can just take their time on this next set as Christner comes down the right side, he's open, shoots and scores for her second goal of the night. Unassisted, Christner down the right side. And with that 2-goal advantage, the Southridge Skyhawks decide to burn a timeout with 6:57 to go in the first half, with the Lady Cavaliers up 2-0 in the 2017 OGLA Silver Cup. We will be out for 1 minute and be right back. So go refill that drink glass or get another bag of chips, and we'll see you here in just a few seconds.
Jordan Maddox from Tualatin, also going to play at Gonzaga. Natasha Malone at Southridge, going to play at LSU. Savannah and Madrigal from Sunset, going to play at Oregon State University. Emily Akuba, Southridge, Oregon State University. Morgan Akuba, also from Southridge, going to play at OSU. Khalila Muhammad from Southridge, going to play at OSU. Caitlin Bridges from Tualatin, going to play at Portland State University. Krista Busby from Liberty, also going to Portland State University. Caroline Johnson from Lakeridge, going to TCU. Fiona Dolan from Summit, going to play at UC Santa Barbara. Haley McCullough, Lakeridge, University of Arizona. Brooke Francis from Sunset, going to Utah State. Elise Johnson from Sunset, Washington State University. Madison Smith from Sunset, going to play at Western Oregon. Graylin Hecker from Grant, going to play at Southern Oregon University. And Abby Strobel, also from Grant, going to Southern Oregon University. Congratulations to all these seniors.
All right, as we welcome you all back at the 6:57 mark of the first half, Clackamas just having scored their second goal, this time by the hands of Caitlin Christner, who also scored our opening goal. They've been very patient on offense on the two sets that they have had. They have scored. As Southridge comes out of the timeout, hopefully a little rested and a little bit of refocus by Coach Faruqi. Cole and Anderson set up again for the draw. I don't think there's any need for the coaches to consider switching this combination just yet, as draws have been fairly even, and of course just two of them so far tonight as we get set up. Again, a beautiful night here at Wilsonville High School. Those of you who are coming to us from around the country, Wilsonville High School, about 15 minutes south of downtown Portland in the suburbs. And we will redraw for For those of you unfamiliar with girls lacrosse, when we do a draw, as the umpire blows their whistle and the girls' sticks go up, the ball must get above their heads in order to be deemed a legal draw. So if you hear us ever call for the redraw, it means that ball did not get above their heads. This one looks good and clean. Zendecki gets a jump on it, but a nice bit of hustle by Walker, and the push called on Zendecki will reward the Lady Cavs. As Walker now gets set up. She brings the ball down the hash lines, looking for a cutter. Nothing quite there. Brings it back to X. Ball over to Kistner. Kistner, Walker bounces off pipe, brings it back out to Gallimore as the Cavs reset for another run at it. Here comes King. King dodges left, comes right, shoots. And a push will set King up out on the 12 with a free position shot as Bullock is sent 4 meters behind. King comes in, shoots. Nice save by Johnson at the feet again. Rebound still in question as Anderson scoops it up and comes down the left side. And a hard push by Butts will send her 4 behind. Anderson looking for a target up ahead. Nothing quite there, so she gets on her horse, and she's coming up down the numbers with 3 Lady Cavs in pursuit. Advantage for the Cavs. And a block is called this time on number 44, McKenna Kirsch. Sends her 4 behind as Anderson sets up. Anderson drops the ball forward to Emily Ukobu. Ukobu to Bullock. And a push. And I think we're going to see a yellow card for repetitive fouls. And that will be doled out on Clackamas' number 20, Caitlin Kirshner. And again, on the repetitive foul call, it may not be that that individual did the majority of it, but if the calls are deemed repetitive, then the officials can make that call and put the defense 1 man down. So we've got 2 minutes on the yellow card for Kistner, or Kirshner rather. We'll see if the Skyhawks can take advantage of being man up here on offense as Steele handles the ball. Comes around, Ukobu, and another save by Drulinger. Anderson, dodge left, dodge right, comes back to the left, nothing there. Hits Bullock streaking. Bullock comes down with the ball, comes through about 3 Cav defenders, decides wisely to pull it back out. She comes back through, throws to Malone, but it's high. And a stick across the body by Anderson will give the ball back to the Cavs, who are man down. See if they can kill the remaining time on this yellow card and bring themselves back to even as they come back into the offensive end. Let's see what kind of pressure Southridge puts on them in the ride, being a man up. Fairly unobstructed goes Gabrielle Moe down the left side as Muhammad tries to catch her. And Moe wisely brings it behind as the shot's not quite there. And a whistle to stop play. Checking to see if we're offsides. And I believe we are offside Southridge. Oh, excuse me, we are offsides for Clackamas.
Offsides.
And that will, and also offsides on Southridge. So there should be offsetting penalties on the alternating possession, which it is. So the ball goes to the Cavaliers, who will have won the coin toss at the beginning of the game to get them the alternating possession. The alternating possession is just like you know it in basketball as Walker comes down the middle. The winning team of the coin toss at the beginning of the game as Butts tries to come right and gets the push call. Oh, we're going to have another yellow card. Again, I think for repetitive. This time on Zendecki. This will set Butts up for a free position on the right side. Butts comes into the middle, not there, re-rolls to the right. Gets it knocked out of her stick. Southridge controls in transition. Ball passed long, past Bullock. Bailey Faust comes screaming in. And I believe we're going to get an illegal check by Faust on that one. To finish my thought on the alternating possession, you win the coin toss, you get to choose. What end of the field do you want to defend, or do you want alternating possession? 9 times out of 10, most teams will choose that alternating possession as the transition pass is just a little wide, and I think we're going to have a push on Malone, and it will bring the ball back to the Cavs, where Becca Ludeman will control at the top of the 8. She dumps it to Ellie King, coming up the left side on the hash. Looking for a target, not quite one there. Number 11, Emily Okobu, turns her back. Steele meets her. She finds Gallimore in the middle. Gallimore now comes up center. Spins left and drops it over to Carly Catton. Catton comes down the left side, nothing quite there. She brings it back down to X as she looks for a cut, but nothing quite there. As the Cavs are back to even as their yellow card is released. Christner now handles the ball down in the left corner. She pops it to King, who's able to draw the shooting space. This time called on number 1, Brittany Jeffrey for the Skyhawks. This will set King up for a nice free position attempt with just 1:57 to go here in the first half. A fairly low scoring affair so far as King comes in down through the left, hits and shoots high. Possession maintained by the Cavs. In our final 2 minutes, our clock will stop on every goal, or excuse me, on every whistle, as Butts controls down low. She's looking left, met by Mohammed. Gets around the double, nothing quite there. Re-rolls again, comes through. Again, nothing quite there that she likes. Sends it to Christner. Christner comes in, jump shoots, and she's wide. Ball stays with Clackamas. Not the best angle on that shot. Would have liked to seen her get a little further into the crease before she shot that. A little bit towards the middle. Butts now has the ball down low. Throws it to King, who bobbles it. A little bit of a scrum. Comes back up to Christner. Christner now is going to settle as Zendecki comes back on the field, released from her yellow card, and we're now back to even. Pass to Butts is wide, hard to handle. They'll turn that ball over to Southridge with 1:09 on the clock. Southridge now brings it on and gets set. Coach Faruqi, I'm sure, would like to see a good, solid possession in this last minute. Quickly get it upfield and get off a nice shot to at least try to get within 1 before we get to half. And that's a push on Gallimore. Bullock now brings the ball up the left side. Bullock looking. And a nice trail check by Ellie King, but maintained by Bullock. Bullock now to steal. Lined up with Faust on defense. Steele comes back right, looking like she's trying to find a little opening, but Faust's defense is solid, nothing there. Bullock now comes into the double with Christner. She's able to get around, but a nice trail check, although deemed across the body, so that will bring Bullock out to the hanging hash and send Christner 4 behind. Let's see if this is the break the Skyhawks can pull together to at least get 1 on the board before half. Bullock looks like a natural righty, so that's a tough angle. As she comes around, comes back to her left, looks for the opening, shoots. No goal. I got a feeling we're going to get a dangerous propel. And that is, in fact, the call. Number 12 for the Skyhawks sent out for 2 minutes. And with 5.4 seconds left on the clock, that 1 minute and 54 seconds will follow her into the second half. So the Skyhawks will begin the second half man down as Clackamas runs the ball up to drain the clock here in the first half as King brings it to midfield. So that brings us to halftime, folks. Clackamas Lady Cavs lead so far in the OGLA Silver Cup Finals for 2017 with a score of 2-0 over the Southridge Skyhawks. We're going to take a 7-minute halftime break here at Randall Stadium, so we invite you to maybe stop by the facilities, refill the glass, and put a few more chips in the bowl, Mr. McElderry, and then join us back here for second half action in our second annual Silver Cup.
teams can warm up. Thank you.
And we welcome you back for second half action of the 2017 OGLA Silver Cup here at Randall Stadium in Wilsonville, Oregon. A little bit of a slow first half. Lady Cavs up 2-0 over the Southridge Skyhawks. See if these girls can't bring us a solid second half, as I know they want to finish out the year strong. Back in the circle for the Southridge Skyhawks is number 8, Beverly Anderson, and again for the Lady Cavs, number 15, Maddie Cole. Anderson, the leading draw specialist for the Skyhawks this year, coming in with 88, and also their top defender, 23 caused turnovers and 60 ground balls, so a very consistent contributor to their 11-8 season thus far. And we are going to do a quick redraw. And the ball is up. And I think that's going to be a yellow card on Cole for a stick to the head. Well, and just when we thought the man up of Bullock being out for her yellow card with 5 seconds to go in the first half, we're now set to even on both sides. Of course, there's only about, well, there's at least another minute or so on Bullock's yellow card. And now, of course, Southridge will be given the ball as we adjudicate this penalty to begin. And let's see if that can't be the kickstart for the Skyhawks to get them on the board here in the second half, as Anderson gets the ball at the center circle. And we're back underway. Cole over to Steele, coming down the middle. Faust pushes her back. Steele now dumps to Zendecki, who drops it. Faust comes up with the ball, moves quickly up the midfield. Past the 50 on the left side. Gets it to Christner. Christner now comes center. Right down the pipeline, hits a little bit of pressure and brings it back out. Looking for a cutter, doesn't quite find anything she likes, so she'll bring it to X as Clackamas settles into what is essentially an even offensive set as both teams are man down, as Butts now tries to bring it around the left, bite the apple. She comes around clean, although hits the double, and now drops it again to Christner, who doesn't see Walker quite open. I see the slow whistle, and it is called as a 3 seconds violation on the Skyhawks, which will give the Lady Cavs a free position shot from the outside hash. Number 3, senior Jasmine Walker lines up with Zendecki 4 meters behind. Walker, a natural righty, so this is a bit of a tough angle. If she can get on in and switch hands, not able to do it. Tries to dump it off, but that pass is batted as it drops into the stick of Chloe Hunt for the Lady Cavs. Walker with the ball. Christner. Christner now on the left side, looking for a cutter. Nothing quite there. Facing up against number 16, Chloe Bonstead. Solid defense by the Skyhawks. And we've got another whistle, although I'm looking for the signal. I think it's going to be a 3-second call. But so far outside the 12 that it doesn't quite matter, as Christner comes down the middle, shoots, and a nice save by Johnson. Ball ricochets out, picked up by Herrera.
Save Southridge in the goal for the Skyhawks, number 00.
Faust with the ball, now to Butts. Bouts goes left, comes back right, and she bobbles, but gets the push call. I think that'll be on Emily Steele of the Skyhawks. That'll send her 4 behind as Blair Butts sets herself up for a free position shot to see if she can get the Lady Cavs to a 3-0 lead. Good angle, comes in, comes right, shoots, and she scores! A nice right-hand drop on the right-hand side of the cage by Blair Butts to help bring the Lady Cavs up to 3-0 at the 22:09 mark here in our 2017 Silver Cup final. That adds to Butts' total of the night of 1 assist and now a goal, as she and Caitlin Christner, who's got 2 goals, are the contributors for the Lady Cavs thus far tonight on the scoring ledger. Got someone new on the draw in there for the Skyhawks. That looks like it's Natasha Malone. And let me see who is in there for. That's Maddie Cole. She's back in, having been released from her yellow card. And as I look across, I think all of our players have now been released from their yellow cards, as Bullock now sets up and Herrera is sent for behind. Bullock to Malone. Malone comes up the middle, trying to get something going here for the Skyhawks early in the second half. She has a nice drop into Ukobu, but she bobbles it. But she's able to pick up the ball and passes it to her sister. It looks like she's going to try from the left side. Nothing quite there. She brings it back to X. Comes back around right, but met by the double team right away. Drops it to number 8. Beverly Anderson, who doesn't find anything she likes, so she brings it back out as well. Good press out defense by Maddie Cole at this point. Trying to get in her way as Anderson comes in, goes to her left, and gets the hold call. Didn't quite get her stick over to her left hand, where she might have found a little bit of freedom, but nonetheless gets the hold call that sends Bailey Faust back, and Anderson now set up for a nice free position shot. She comes in, shoots. Oh, hits pipe on the left side. Drulinger comes up with it. Drulinger has just been outstanding so far tonight in the cage for the Lady Cavs as she drops it out to Mo on the left side of the field as she brings it up. Anderson in chase. Across the 40. Now to Butts. Butts comes middle. Hits the double team, shoots. And it looks like she's going to pick up a call of across the body. That'll send Butts out to the top for a free position shot.
Free position, Clackamas.
As number 6, Alex Boleyn, captain of the Skyhawks, is sent for behind. Butts has got a nice straight-on shot. Good crash defense and a nice stop by Ellie Johnson of the Skyhawks. Rebound out to number 16, Chloe Bonstead. Now up to Steele across the 30. Steele now to Bullock, who's coming down the middle. Little pressure from Herrera. Back to Malone. Nice pass, nice catch. Hits some pressure, decides not to go all the way in. Malone will now bring it out as the Skyhawks try to settle into some offense. Number 7, Cleo Hodgen with the ball, takes it out to Ukobu. Ukobu comes left. Nothing quite there as she brings it around. Ukobu rolls around circle. Going to get the across the body call on number 12 for the Lady Cavs. Julia Garvin as she's sent for behind, and Ukobu gets set up for her free position shot. Emily Ukobu with the ball here. Emily had 1 goal in our semifinal game in her team's victory over Bend United as she gets set up for this free position shot. In on the right side, shoots, and she scores to break the drought for the Lady Skyhawks. Number 11, Emily Ukobu, one of the captains here for the Skyhawks, finally gets them on the board with the 18:43 mark of the second half. To cut a little of that lead that the Lady Cavs are enjoying to 3-1. Back on the draw circle are the usual faces we've seen all game long, except for during a couple of yellow card periods. Number 8 for the Skyhawks, Beverly Anderson, and number 15 for the Lady Cavs, Maddie Cole. Ball is up. Looks like it went off Bullock's stick as the Lady Cavs control as Mo brings it down the numbers on the left side. Looking for some defensive pressure, but brings it all the way back to X as there's a Butts was wide open, but she missed her in front. As Mo wisely brings it all the way back out as Chloe Hunt settles things for the Lady Cavs. Now back to Walker. Christner now with the ball up top. It's like the seas parted a little bit for her as Christner comes in and she shoots and she scores. A nice blister down the right side that hits the bottom left part of the cage. Christner now with the hat trick for the Lady Cavs to extend their lead to 4-1 with 17:58 to go. Wasn't quite sure what she was going to do on that, but a nice stutter step move gets her free. And a nice overhand shot buries that in the bottom left. Christner is the points per game leader for the Cavs this year with 2.1. Also their leading scorer coming into the night with 35. With these 3 goals tonight, she of course adds to that total, bringing her season to 38 thus far as Maddie Cole goes up for the ball. But Zendecki for Southridge comes up with it as she moves across the 50. A little bit of ground, but not a time to panic yet for the Skyhawks if they can get a couple of solid possessions. As Zendecki breaks right, she shoots and she scores. Unassisted by number 5, McKenna Zendecki, for her first goal of the night to again bring that lead to only 4-2. Amazing what a little control on the draw circle can do for you. A solid goal by Zendecki. Again, Zendecki, and we've got a timeout by Clackamas trying to stop this momentum. As I said earlier, Zendecki comes in as Southridge's point per game leader this year with 2.2 per game. She's had 34 goals, that now being her 35th on the night. So folks, we are at the 17:39 of the second half. The Lady Cavs are up 4-2. We'll step away here for a quick 30-second break and be back with you after this timeout.
Again, at the conclusion of this game, both teams will come over to this side, the press box side of the field, for the plaque, and the other teams will warm up during that time. Thank you.
And we welcome you back from the first time out of the second half. A little better on the scoring front as you might be enjoying at home. We had a 2-0 game at halftime with the Lady Cavaliers up by that mark. And so far here in the second half, we've already had 4 goals total as the Southridge Skyhawks spring to life, finally getting on the board here in the second half to bring our total to 4-2. As Anderson and Cole come back to the draw circle. Oh, sorry, Christner takes that draw for the Lady Cavs. And a hold called on the Lady Cavs gives it a little life to the Skyhawks as Zendecki now takes the ball at the 45-yard line, and she's off and running. And she's going to come all the way through and gets the offensive call. Nice defense by the Lady Cavs. That, unfortunately, can be a bit of a momentum killer as Christner now gets the ball at the top of the 8 and will transition back towards the other side. I think Zendecki was just trying to do a little too much there to try to get her team back on track as Christner now comes across the 50 with a nice pass over to Chloe Hunt. Hunt to Butts down the right side, trying to break free. Nothing there. She'll drop back to X. Cole to Jasmine Walker. Walker doesn't find anything she likes, so she brings it back out to Chloe Hunt. Hunt now at the top, comes down. It's a bit of a double, bounces outside. Ellie King tosses it over to Cole. Cole now on the left side, tries to dump it but overthrows. Muhammad picks up the loose ball as she breaks free on the right side. Ball's bobbled by Ukobu and turned back over to the Lady Cavs as Herrera comes across the 50 but gets the push call on Ukobu to set herself up now. A little pressure by Steele on Herrera as she's taken her time. Now over to Walker. And we've got an offsides penalty that's been called on Clackamas. Now even. As Zendecki gets to serve the 4 meters behind part. Walker quickly to Butts. Butts looks down the middle, can't find it, comes left, tries to get free, is not able to loose a shot. Back out to Christner. Christner now comes right, hits the double, nobody there for the dump, so she turns back and runs it out. Herrera with the ball. Southridge is looking like they're going to change a little defensive strategy here as the across-the-body penalty is called on Brittany Jeffrey. As I was saying, I got a feeling Southridge is going to try to start pressuring out from here on out. With 14:50 to go and 2 goals down, they may put a little more pressure on the ball than they have so far in the game as Cole brings it behind, finds the open. Oh, and shot is wide by Chloe Hunt. Chloe Hunt shoots wide. Ball stays with the Cavaliers as Christner sets up down low. Christner coming left, met by Muhammad. Inside rolls back. Herrera with the ball comes in, hits the double. She bounces below. Herrera meeting a nice wall of defenders by the Southridge Skyhawks as she reverses field, comes back but drops the ball as Bullock picks it up, and the Skyhawks are now in transition as Ellie King presses out on Bullock. I will tell you, Bullock doesn't look as fresh as she did in the semifinal game. Of course, a game that was just 2 days ago on this past Tuesday, so the heat might be a bit of a factor as she brings it back to the top. As we talked about earlier, Bullock had 3 goals in that semifinal win over Bend United. So far tonight, nothing on the board for Bullock as the Skyhawks set up out top. This is a familiar look they had against Bend United as they run a motion down towards the right. And a push by Butts. We'll send him out to the dot. Bullock now going to try to get inside. Nope, not there. She bobbles. And we've got a goal circle violation on Clackamas, I believe, and it'll stay with Southridge. So Bullock will again set up. This time out on the edge of the 8 as Butts is sent 4 behind. Bullock now tries to come to middle, rolls back to her right, shoots, and another great stop by Drullinger. She has just been on fire tonight. Now up to Christner, who breaks free on the right side of the field, up past the 50. Looking for somebody to get open. Drops it to Jasmine Walker, who bobbles it. Now under the stick of Brittany Jeffrey for the Skyhawks, but she bobbles it. Jasmine Walker continues to fight for that loose ball. And it looks like Walker will be rewarded as the Lady Cavs retain possession out of that scrum, while Brittany Jeffrey is sent 4 behind. McKenna Kirsch brings the ball around as Herrera comes down the middle. Carly Catton tries to come through the middle, nothing there. She'll bring it back to X. As we have an illegal screen called on Caitlin Christner. That'll drop the ball into the basket of the Skyhawks as they try to mount some momentum to climb back into this game, down 4-2 as we cross the 10:45 mark. Steele will be set up out on the dot with Christner 4 behind. Walker can pressure right away if she chooses. Steele now up the left side, outside the numbers. Hits some pressure, bounces back in. Christner's looking for the trail check, not quite there. Bobbled pass. Now over to Mohammed. Mohammed sends it ahead, but it is a little too tall for Anderson. Herrera picks it up in the midfield, and she's bringing it back the other way for the Lady Cavs. Past Steele. And settles up outside on the 20. Now over to King. King comes down the right side. Drops to Cole. Cole finds the connection, brings it to Walker. No shot though, and Wisely brings it back out, looking for a cutter, nothing there. Walker getting pressure by Jeffrey. Comes right, trying to get around. Herrera with the double team and gets the across the body on Muhammad. Kirsch with the ball. Now to Catton. King brings it back towards the middle, trying to find an opening. Doesn't quite get it. Hits the ground. Clean set of checks. Ball's picked up by the Skyhawks. But I think we're going to get another yellow card for a stick to the head. This time by number 8 of the Lady Cavs, Ellie King. So this might just be the opening that Southridge was hoping for, as they now go man up with 9 minutes to go, down 4-2. As Anderson tries to find some room. She brings it up. Over to Bullock. Bullock looking for numbers. She sends it to the middle. Malone catches it, but there's a little bit of a, well, there is another yellow card. I believe that is also for a, now that might be a repetitive foul, repetitive push. That one on Kiara O'Keefe. So Southridge, if they needed a perfect opportunity, this is it. 2 men up with 8:45 to go. Let's see what they can do with this opportunity. See if Coach Faruqi and her Lady Skyhawks are able to capitalize. As Malone brings the ball down to Steele. Steele now up the left side. Right down the middle. No pressure just yet. Looks for it. Finds an opening, but the ball's back on the carpet. Malone pulls it through and away. Malone dumps it to Bullock. Bullock straight in, and she draws the shooting space wisely. That will set her up for a nice free position shot. So Bullock sets up for her free position. Decides to drop it to Zendecki. Zendecki shoots but is blocked. Nice defense by the Cavs and a push call on the Lady Cavs. And folks, worth noting, we are at 4 yellow cards tonight for the Lady Cavs, which will mean they will play the rest of the game man down, 1 man down. If they were to get another yellow card, as Anderson looks to shoot, comes back, redodges, shoots, and a great, oh, well, that was an interesting one. Drulinger had the ball. It was checked out of her stick, and I'm still not sure who scored it, but it counts. Apparently there was no goal circle violation. Drulinger, of course, is trying to plead her case, sending senior captain Bailey Faust out to ask the officials why it was allowed, but I think it's going to stand. And that brings us to 4-3. Of course, the Lady Cavs man down the rest of the way. And again, this might just be the opening to get the momentum going as we are at the 7:38 mark. A very important draw coming up here for the Skyhawks. As the ball is away, Anderson pulls the trip call on Christner. Oh boy. I got a feeling Christner said something that the official did not like. That is another yellow card. And that will be 2 men down for the Lady Cavs the rest of the way, as our officials want to come together and talk. Timeout, Southridge. Wisely done by Coach Faruqi, strategically to take advantage here of the simple fact that the Lady Cavs will play short 2 defenders for the remainder of this game and only down by 1. Well, it looks like the timeout might be wiped off. An interesting turn of events, shall we say. It's why we play the game to the end. But 5 yellow cards from the Lady Cavs, highly out of character for this group. As Steele brings the ball up to the right, brings it to Malone, who's able to quickly draw the shooting space as the Lady Cavs defense obviously is maxed out and stretched out, trying to cover a lot of turf. And let's see if Malone can tie this game up with a free position shot straight on, although Riley Drulinger has had a heck of a game. And for the Lady Cavs fans, they're hoping she can carry him the rest of the way, but not on that one, as Malone buries it right between the wickets to tie this game up at 4 apiece. With Malone's first goal of the night. And Drulinger still arguing her case from the previous goal that rebounded out and off her stick. And I think she's got to be careful or the officials. Now we've got a timeout on the field as the Clackamas Lady Cavaliers coach Eileen Faust wisely gives her team a chance to regroup and drink a little water and catch their breath as they go 2 men down here the rest of the way. So folks, what started out as a pretty slow game, 2-0 at halftime for Clackamas, has now sprung to life with a 4-4 tie with 7 minutes to go. And the interesting wrinkle, of course, is that the Lady Cavaliers have had 5 yellow cards tonight, and out of that 5, they must now play 2 men down on defense and offense, for that matter, the rest of the way. So we'll take a quick 30-second break, be right back with you as we finish up this Silver Cup final between the Southridge Skyhawks and the Lady Cavaliers. All right, folks, as we welcome you back from the Clackamas timeout. Again, probably a very wise timeout on the part of Coach Eileen Faust, knowing that they are 2 men down the rest of the way in this game due to 5 yellow cards. Again, highly out of character for this club. As Maddie Cole and Beverly Anderson come back to center. Let's see if the Skyhawks can take this momentum term and go all the way back as Zendeki controls, coming up the left side down the hash. Let's see what Coach Faruqi has drawn up in this 2-man down scenario. Quickly drops into Zendeki. Zendeki's met by Faust with a strong push. That will set her up for a free position shot, dead on center. Drulinger, who has bailed the Cavs out much of tonight. Let's see if she can find another trick up her sleeve as Zendeki shoots and hits pipe. Bounces to the left and is scooped back up by number 7, Cleo Hodgen. Hodgen to Malone. Malone out to Bullock. Bullock looking. Ball's out of her stick. They're going to call it across the body on Maddie Cole as she goes 4 behind. And the Skyhawks get reset here with 6:04 remaining. Again, what was a bit of a sleeper in the first half, a 2-0 lead by the Lady Cavs at halftime. We quickly put 4 goals on the board, 2 by Clackamas and 2 by Southridge to get us to 4-2. And then as the yellow cards mounted up, and there we go, Malone drops one in the back of the net to take the first lead of the night for the Skyhawks as they go up 5-4. Her second goal of the night, and it couldn't have come at a better time. As we talked about earlier, Natasha Malone scored 1 in the Southridge semifinal win and drops in her second goal of the night. Tough circumstances for the Lady Cavs to be 2 men down at this point. And I just got word from the table on that goal that bounced off the stick of Riley Drulinger and into a rebound as we get a push call on Clackamas. That goal that none of us could quite see has been credited to number 8, Beverly Anderson, so she adds to the overall total, having scored 2 in the semifinal and now 1 as Malone comes down the middle. Nice pass, a little long. Drulinger's going to battle her for it, but Cleo Hodgen comes up with it, and that's going to be a hard push again by number 5, Bailey Faust. She's got to be careful at this point. The Lady Cavs are already 2 down. Going to be stretched thin. Need to be very smart the rest of the way as Hodgen sets up and wisely backs it out. And frankly, if the Skyhawks wanted to, they could just play keep away the rest of the way, but I got a feeling Coach Faruqi would like to add a little bit of cushion if she can, being 2 men up. As Bullock streaks in, the pass from Malone, and she backs out. Pressure out by King, drops it back to Malone. Malone comes in, meets pressure from Faust, who then flips it back to Bullock. Bullock to Steele. Steele comes down the middle, wide open. Nice save again by Drulinger on the shot from Beverly Anderson. Let's see if Clackamas can dig themselves out of this 1-goal hole and get it back to even. Bullock now gonna chase. Drulinger comes up. Bullock stays in pursuit, drops it to Faust. Faust looking to come through, able to split the defenders, gets up on the numbers. Now sends it to Ellie King. Ellie King up the right side, down the numbers, pressure from Steele. Advantage, but good, as Ellie King rolls it back. Being 2 men down, this is where the confusion can happen. Offsides. Unfortunate error, a mental error. Cost Clackamas what might be their last turn at the ball. Zendecki now sets up on the right side as she sends ball a little long. Butts is going to pick it up though. Herrera wisely stays behind. Butts now coming towards the cage. She's going to put a hurry on this one, it looks like, see if she can get past. Not able to do it, so she brings it back out. Gallimore now with the ball, coming down the right side, met by the double team. And we've got a 3 seconds call. That too is a bit of a mental error on the part of the Southridge team. Being up 2 people, one would hope you were able to keep the 8-meter clean and out of danger as Gallimore comes in left, turns back right, and she drops it. And I think we're going to get a push. And we will stay right here as the Lady Cavs get another chance to keep their hopes alive as we tick down to the 2:15 mark. Gallimore comes in, hits pressure, drops it back out to Butts. Butts now meeting the pressure out double team. She breaks it, comes through, is able to get to the left side, shoots, and she is stopped by Johnson. A great stop. Ball is up and out to Zendecki, who sprints down the right side on the hash. And at this point, let's see what she does. She does not have numbers, but she's going to come in and wisely pulls it back out with a minute 40 left. The Skyhawks hopefully are in the mood to play a little keep away. Unless something completely parts like the Red Sea and somebody's got an open shot, I think Coach Faruqi is trying to get out of here with the 1-point win. Being 2 men up, they can really just do nothing but run at this point and try to keep the ball away from Clackamas. As we approach the 1-minute mark, I think that is exactly what they're going to do. Yeah, the only way Clackamas is going to get in this is if they really come out and send the double, and I don't see that happening. Kira O'Keefe tries to pressure out. Anderson wisely peels back, drops it to Steele in the middle. Steele to Malone. Malone wants to go, but decides wisely again to pull it out. So we hit the 30-second mark. It's just a matter of arithmetic now, folks, as it looks as though the Southridge Skyhawks are on the verge of winning our 2nd annual Silver Cup. Big congratulations to Coach Faruqi and her team. And a great deal of pride for this club and the Metro Conference as time winds down. And that is it. The 2017 Silver Cup sub-tournament champion is awarded to the Southridge Skyhawks. And for those out there who say this little sub-tournament doesn't mean anything, all you gotta do is look at that swarm of teenage girls around the 15-yard line and see the sense of excitement on their faces and a great deal of pride from the Southridge Lax community and their coach and her staff. What a great come-from-behind win, down 2-0 at half in what was arguably a bit of a sleeper, to not just come back, but come back in a strong fashion to pull out the win, 5-4. As Clackamas unfortunately runs into a yellow card buzzsaw and plays 2-man down a good deal of the way. So folks, thank you for joining us for Game 1 tonight, our Silver Cup. I invite you to stick around, as in about 30 minutes or so, the big boy, the granddaddy, the state championship will be decided next as number 1 Lake Oswego takes on number 2 OES. As those two teams begin to warm up, we will step away and get ourselves reset for that contest and hand out a little hardware with the Southridge Skyhawks as they pick up this year's Silver Cup. This has been Finklea, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We're so glad you could be here. Appreciate your support of all of our girls, and we will see you back here in about 30 minutes for the OGLA Gold Bracket State Championship game.